Hey everybody, it is Mike Freeland. Today is 7/13/2022, July 13th. It is 9:41 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Guys, listen, um, I got something really good to share with you guys. As a matter of fact, I had to put everything on hold. My ebook is done. I was compacting all of the indicators and trying to get them all into a particular file so that you guys would be able, those that want the indicators will be able to get them, open them up without any problems. But I had to stop because I came across something, and for the last 38 hours or so, I have been working on uh, this back testing and all kind of crazy stuff. So let's get into it. I don't want this video to be too long, but I think it's going to help you out. What I'm going to show you guys is what you can use along with the indicators. Now, as we know, those indicators as far as the ebook are really a visual for what you want to do or how you want to watch the market move. But what I'm getting ready to share with you guys now is awesome. So, as you know, I've been sharing with you guys the strategy of supply and demand. That has been in my most recent videos, and you're going to start seeing a lot more of that. Well, the other day, I was sitting and I was looking at some things, and it came to my mind that supply and demand is pretty much moving with the banks in the market, not the retailers, which are us, but pretty much with the banks moves, how we shadow them, and the results have been amazing. So I was doing that, and just out of nowhere, another strategy came to my mind, and it just went off like a light bulb. And the strategy I learned a long time ago, but never really, practiced it or anything. I started thinking, well, what if I do supply and demand and add it with order blocks? Now, for those of you who don't know what supply and demand is, there's tons of people on YouTube that are trying to give you, the supply and demand deal, and there's other people that are doing order blocks. But what I would here, for what I'm doing, the order block is actually going to be the first signal that you look for in your uh, in your trading view, excuse me, in your trading view before you get into or even look at getting into a trade. So let me show you something here. As you can see, I have this, I'm first the NAS 100, and I've already had a supply and demand right here set up. I also have, because everything is moving sideways here, I had set up my horizontal rays for the breakout. Okay, and I actually, these goal lines are for something else, so disregard those. Okay, matter of fact, let me take them off the chart. I'll just go ahead and remove them off the chart. You don't have that to worry about. Um, so in any event, as you can see, it played around in here and it broke out, and then boom, this just happened this morning. As you know, we're on a New York session. Here's your barcode, your gray, or if you see it as white, code to show that we're in the New York session. You see, as soon as we got over here, a few minutes, boom, this thing took a tremendous drop, and now it's working its way back up to, actually, let me move this over a little bit more. It's working its way back up towards the supply and demand. Very powerful. So when we do supply and demand, I could have actually come here now and start, and as you see, it would have went up here, came back down, and taken off. Okay, which means I could have set up my supply and demand here, could have gotten in after the bounce because it's going up right now, um, and I could see if it's going to come all the way up and hit this and come back down or shoot through. It's just a matter of watching. But here is something that you guys need to know. See these long bars here, these long wicks. This thing shot up and down like within seconds. Okay, and then it started building back up. Why am I saying that? Because when you're doing US 30, when you're doing US or NAS 100 or whatever, the market can be, real steady and slow and easy, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, boom, it can take a drop like this. One of the main reasons I like the market, I like NAS, is the fact that it does a lot of movement in the New York session. But you have to be careful when you set to get, or when I set to get to a trade on the NAS 100 or what have you. I set if I'm using my mobile phone or whatever, I already have it set so that once quick move and I can close it out without, if it's a gain, a tremendous gain, great. Like if I was in here and when this dropped, I would have jumped out because it will turn right around and start eating back up, as you can see. And then the next one, so if I would have gotten in here and it got down here, as soon as I seen it starting to go back up, I'd have got out. All right. And that would have been it for the day based on what I would have, the size that I would have been traded. All right. So definitely know that when you're trading NAS 100, US 30, and things like that, it can move like that immediately. So always set yourself up with the preparation to get out of a trade as soon as possible. Now, the other thing, as I said, I started looking. I already knew supply and demand. I already knew order blocks, and I was just like, well, what if I used the order block as the start to look at getting in and out of a trade? And it just dawned on me. So I did some research. There was quite a few people that were doing order blocks on YouTube. There's quite a few people that are doing supply and demand, but I didn't come across. Not saying that they didn't, and I'm the one for this, but I just didn't see it anywhere. Okay, so yeah, I'm sorry about that. I had to pause for a quick second. So anyway, what I did, you could probably go on and find people that's telling you, how to operate the order blocks and supply and demand, but I didn't see anyone, using both. So I want to show you guys what I have been back testing and everything within the last, like I said, 36 hours, 38 hours, or whatever, night and day and afternoon. And this is amazing. Now, first and foremost, you can use the strategy with the indicators in the ebook because you just want to use them as a guide. It's just like a monitoring system. And you also can use these on any um, pair that you want. Now, again, I told you what my three pairs is. I do literally uh, US or NAS 100 during the New York session, and then I do CAD JPY and BBG JPY in London in the Tokyo session. Okay, now I do also like um, USD JPY for the daily session, but mainly, or the New York session, but mainly I do NAS. Okay, NAS 100. So anyway, as you know, and I already, like I said, I started because this is another thing. What I've learned is that if you come uh, a little bit before a session is getting ready to open, as you can see here, things tend to happen really quick when that session open. Now, if I would have taken this trade, okay, based on what happened and based on the candles that you see and getting out because of the way I sit and I wait, I would be done for the day with a substantial win. Okay, what I have learned is that all three sessions with the currency pairs or whatever I trade within the first hour or so, um, it usually works in my favor and I can be done and go and enjoy the rest of my day. Okay, so let me show you. Now, normally, if you look, as you know, with demand, supply and demand, you're following the last candle. So the last candle on the bearish would be here. I would draw my supply demand such as I did here. Or if you're going up, the last candle going up, I would actually draw and go there. All right, that's what we already know. That's how you do supply and demand. We know that. This is what this is right here. Okay. Now, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Let me take that back. It's usually the way I do it is the first candle that's starting the shift or the reverse. Okay, so it would have been this long candle. Okay, or the first candle, as you can see here, it would be here starting the reverse to go back the other way. And then what we do is we wait to see if the market is going to go up. In this case, go up. If I had it set here, go up, bounce off, and continue out. Or if it would just continually go up. Those are the things that we have to look at. But, it's a lot easier when you do supply and demand. Now, your order block is, in most cases, literally in every case, is the candle just before the reverse starts. Okay, so in this case, this would be an order block here. This would be an order block here, and so forth and so on. This is really good because they're big and you can see it. Now, what you might want to say, okay, with the order block and once you get very comfortable with order blocks and supply and demand, you can use both of them to benefit you in your trade, because the order block and the candle that you would do supply and demand, they're right with each other and they can go with the market. You can do an order block, and when the market goes down or goes up based on the order block, normally you can get into that trade, get you some pips, get you some win and get out. The supply and demand is the same thing, but you're literally waiting for the market to hit off and keep going in, whichever direction it's going to go. Now, as you get more and more comfortable with the order block and the supply and demand, you can make, better judgments. Now, so people might say, well, Michael, we get that you can draw your supply and demand box. We showed that, but what about the order block? Is there anything that can help us, mark the order blocks? Yes, there is, and this is what got me even more excited. Then I'm going to show you guys the free indicator that I went through. I went through all the indicators, and this particular indicator does the best of what I was looking at, and it's free. So you go right up here in Trading View, you hit indicators. What you want to do is you want to look for order block finder experimental. Right now it's over 10,000 uses, and it's this one here, WU GAMLO or GAMLO. You want to put this on your as your indicator. Go ahead and save it. Now, what does that do? Guys, check this out. Here's your order block. I'm going to put it on the chart. Whoops. I'm going to put it on the chart. This shows you the order blocks. Okay, as you can see, here is the order block, boom, down. Here is the order block, boom, up. Here is the order block, boom, down. Here's the order block, boom, up. Okay, you can see that all the way through, even when it's a small order block. Now, let me show you something before I go any further. Let me show you in the settings. When you go into the settings for the order block, leave all of this alone. This is your style. I left that alone. Pretty much the only thing I changed is that when you come with this, it will come to identify 5 order blocks, or 3, I'm sorry. It'll be set at 5. I moved it to 3. If you go lower, it will show even more. I leave it at 3 because, doing day trading and scalping or what have you, I don't want to flood everything. I want to see the ones that's going to give me the longer shots or the better results. But you can actually go down. If you say 1, it'll have them all through here, and it'll really make the chart. Well, let me just show you. It's better for me to show you. If we go down to 1 and do OK, see all of this? Order block, order block, order block. It's just too messy. Way too messy. Okay, so this is why I do 3. Okay, 3 cleans it up and it gives you specifically where, in my case, what I'm looking for. Now, here is another thing that you have to remember. The order block, or the candle that will be the order block, will not show up until the down candles, or the bearish candle or the bullish candle does, I think it's either the third or the fourth candle in that direction. So in this case, with this long run, this order block didn't show up until this got here. Okay. Now, of course, this long run, this quick move of the banks and everything, is just one example. And then the order block came and it could have kept going down. But as you see, as soon as it got added, it reversed and it started working its way back up. So this order block set up 1, 2, 3, 4. It set back up. This came in right as it made this order block. But this wasn't an order block at first. It's 4 candles. Then this went 3 candles. Then this went 1, 2, 3, which, without the order blocks, you would just be saying these are pullbacks or what have you. You can look at so many different things. Here's a double bottom. Okay, with your order blocks made for you, a double bottom. And then boom, it takes off. All right, so this order block shows up when 1, 2, 3, 4 candles. Now, as you can see, it looked like it might be retracing a little bit. And if it comes back down, it's going to come down 4 candles, just say, and then this will become the order block. Okay. Now, we can start for every order block. If you want to know where to get in and set up your supply and demand for after every order block, the candle afterwards is what you want to set your supply and demand. So let me just go up here and show you what I mean. After this order block, if I set my supply and demand here, okay, just as an example, you see it went up, it played in my zone, and then boom, it takes off. Guys, once you study this and learn this, you can do multiple trades, but remember, you want to get in, get what you set to get out. Don't get greedy, and then go ahead on and enjoy your day. Okay, this was a great example. Again, like I said, the US 30 and the NAS 100 and all of them, they can do big drops like this quickly. Okay, so if you're trading and you're setting up on your mobile phone, what I would do is when you get in the trade, go right and hit so that when you're ready, you can close out as soon as possible. Okay, if you're on an MT4 on your desktop, once you set, I would just keep your cursor over so that you can get out, before it does one of these crazy drops that it can do, or crazy climbs it could do, which could either bring you tremendous profit or stop quick. Doesn't happen all the time, but this is a great example showing you where it happened. But guys, all I'm saying is I'm getting ready to close out. Put this order block indicator on your MT4. You know that when an order block forms, the next candle is going to be going in the opposite direction. That candle will be your supply or demand candle. Now, because you know this going in the other direction, it won't show up. Keep in mind, this order block won't show up until you get to about 3 or 4 candles in. But a lot of times, if you get in, it continues. So what I do, guys, I watch the market, and this is perfect. This came in, this candle formed when it got to the 4th candle. But like I said, this was cuckoo right here anyway. So I wouldn't have jumped at the 4th candle. And as you can see, it's starting to work its way back up. Okay. But in a normal circumstance where it doesn't have this big shift, you could get in and, you could get some pips off the, you can get some money off the order block after following the order block, and then you set your supply and demand, and you can still wait for that to bounce up and either go through, continue through, or come back down. Now, how you know when it's going to continue through? In most cases, when it's going to be a continuation, what you'll get is a horizontal move into the candles, maybe 3, 4 candles, maybe a little more, and then it will continue up or continue down. So When you start seeing, what I'd like to do is when I see continuate or horizontal candles, what I normally do is I'll close in and see, in most cases, which way the momentum was going before it did the horizontal candles, and then go that route, just to make sure and see that it's going to go that route. This is why in this case, I set up this perimeter to see if it was going to break out. As you can see right here, it was going up. It broke out a little bit, gave me a couple of horizontal candles right here, and then it kept going up, and then it did the big drop. So guys, this is a very, very good strategy. Add the order block indicator to your trading view. Know that it shows up, that candle turns into an order block candle when the directional candles that go after it reaches the fourth candle. Okay, in this case, because of the craziness here, it only did 4 candles, and then it started coming back up. So it created this order block after these candles got to 4. Okay, and as you can see, you got your double bottoms that you can look for, and then boom, that's working its way up. You could have gotten there, this 1, 2, 3, 4. This would have changed, and as you can see, it's still going up. Now right here, it's a little horizontal, so I would be watching this, because what this may do is give you a couple of horizontal candles, or horizontal movement, I should say, and then it may go head on up, or it could come back, but it may more likely go up. We'll wait and see on that. But that's it, guys. If you got any questions, definitely leave me something in the comments. Of course, you know my phone number is going to be here. You can text me any questions you may have, and I'll get right back with you. But this goes right along with the indicators that I have, that I'm compacting so I can get it all out. I should have that done hopefully before the weekend, so that you guys that have been patiently waiting can go ahead and get them. And then, you can let me know how with them. And this is definitely a game changer as well. All of what the 3 indicators, plus this here, plus what you already know about supply and demand, ought to help you be very, very successful in some trades. So with that, this is Mike Freeland. Until the next video, you guys take care. Have a blessed day.